Conference tournaments are really starting to kick off this week with a couple more brackets already set, and today we're going to be talking about the Big South and the Coastal. With the Big South, the heavy favorite is without a doubt High Point. They've been playing really, really good as of late, and they have a couple of guys who can go out there and score the ball, but they don't score it overly a lot, I guess I could say. They're led by Keza Griffa and Demorian Williams, which really a third player in Kamani Hamilton is all three of those are going to go for roughly 15 a game if you really want them to. And they're returning a lot of players from a year ago, and they were in this situation a year ago and they ended up losing. So I think that because of these players, they're hungry, they want to make the conference tournament and win it and make the March Madness tournament. I think that they are in a spot where they are going to be able to win this conference, and then they are really, really good offensively all around. Sometimes they'll go 13 deep in games, which is so impressive. And then if you wanted to have a sleeper team, you could either go UNC Asheville or Winthrop. UNC Asheville is led by Jordan Marsh, who averages 19 points per game, and they have a couple of other really, really good scorers who can go out there and give you 15 a game, but they're not great defensively, which is why I think that they don't really match up well with High Point. I think that High Point is going to kind of run a lot on a team like UNC Asheville, and they're going to be able to put up a lot of points on a team like them. So that's why I think that High Point is by far the favorite, but UNC Asheville on a night where they can really score could put up a fight against a team like High Point. And then the third team, another sleeper, is Winthrop. They have 4 scorers in double digits. I think that they're going to be able to go out and score a lot, but if they come up against a team like High Point, who has been super hot, I don't think that they're going to be able to keep up with them. But they have made the tournament before. We know that they're able to do it. We know that they can win their conference and possibly have a shot at making the March Madness tournament. So I think that is definitely a team that could be a sleeper if High Point ends up losing. I think that is definitely a team that could make the March Madness tournament. But overall, I think that High Point is by far the heavy favorite. They're playing so well as of late, and I think they will wind up winning their conference and getting into the March Madness tournament. And the second conference we're going to be talking about is the Coastal. This bracket is kind of interesting because of how good Towson is. I think that they are by far the heavy favorite, but then there's definitely a couple of sleeper teams in UNCW, Charleston, and William and Mary. So to start with Towson, they have 3 double-digit scorers in Tyler Tejada, Dylan Williamson, and Nenda Tark. Tyler Tejada is really going to be their main scorer. He's going to go out there and give them some quality points in about 32 minutes a game. So I think that is going to help them out, and they don't turn the ball over, and they are really, really good at rebounding. So I think that they are kind of setting themselves up, and they have played really, really good as of late. They were on a 12-game win streak at one point, so I think that they are going to be able to take this conference and make the March Madness tournament. And then for the first sleeper in Charleston, they could speed up Towson and kind of force Towson out of what they really want to do, and that could give Towson fits. But I think that Towson is just so much better than them, but that could be a team to look out for if your Towson is definitely Charleston. And they're led by Ant Brzovic. He's averaging 18.5 points a game and 8 rebounds. He's really, really good, and he can really take over a game. And I think that they really could wind up winning and beating Towson, but they do have to get through UNC Wilmington first, who is also a very, very good team. And as for UNC Wilmington, they're not great at a ton of things. They are good at some things, but they're not bad at anything really. They're kind of average at a lot of things, and that could help them out in the long run. They are led by Donovan Newby, who averages 14.5 points a game. He pretty much is their scorer. He only goes out there, he scores, he'll pass it around a little bit, and then their second leading scorer in Kamari McGriff, he kind of comes off the bench, giving them double-digit points, but they don't have a ton of scorers, and that's going to kind of give them problems against a team like Charleston in the second round, where Charleston's going to kind of play at that semi-fast pace, and it's going to kind of speed them up and force them to have to score a lot. So I think this is definitely a team that could wind up winning this conference, but not that as high of a chance as probably Towson or Charleston. And the third sleeper is going to be William and Mary. I think that this team has the ability to win, but they're not overly great. They are on a 3-game losing streak going into the tournament, which is definitely going to hurt them a lot. But if any of the other 3 teams aren't going to win, it is going to be William and Mary. So I do have Towson coming out of the Coastal tournament. I think that they are by far way in front of the rest of the teams that are the heavy favorite. So that's my outlook for the Big South and Coastal Conference tournaments. I do have High Point and Towson winning, and thanks for watching.